sports fan. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. Let's take a look at the numbers for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The guard pair for him will be Cunningham and Beasley. Patrick Williams is out there with Skinny, and it's Duren in at the 5. And for the Hawks, the front court is Rizushea and Johnson. Daniels out there with Trae Young, and it's the monster in at center. Stan, both teams here love to get out and run the floor.
Oh, yeah, this pace is going to be incredible. Our heads will literally be on a swivel tonight, Kevin, and we're going to see a lot of plays in transition and maybe a lot of turnovers as well.
Well, we're buckled in either way. Now, here is Young. Johnson with a screen on Cunningham. Here's Young. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Rizushea with it. 6 on the shot clock. Over Beasley. And it's Rizushea missing. Here is Skinny. Cunningham outside. Duren sets the screen for Cunningham. No good from outside. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Bulls in Chicago. Johnson outside. To the inside. Here's the monster. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Here's McKenzie. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
Yeah, Cunningham can very effectively run an offense. He knows when and where to move the ball.
Cunningham against Young. Shoots a fader. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Here is Skinny. Last game out, he had 14. Cunningham outside. Rebound, Atlanta. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
So it's the Pistons now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Here's Cunningham. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, with the size that Cunningham has, he is a real handful inside.
What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college, he's been overseas as a head coach, he's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. To the paint. Here's the monster. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Well, that's Trae Young's strength, working that pick and roll to perfection.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean you have to throw different defenders at him, maybe send them double teams too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's Beasley. Jalen Johnson missing his last shot. And here is Duren. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Outside Williams. Looking for Cunningham, and he gets it there.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Williams with the block, and they get it back. Pass to Rizachet. Plays at the pick. Launches a three. It's good from long range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pistons trail by 4. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Here's a look at some stats for Malik Beasley. How last month turned out for him. He's right around 13 points a night, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
Yeah, and make no mistake, we're watching a special guy here, and his numbers only tell a fraction of the story.
So it's Detroit now, trailing by 4. There's the lob to Duren. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
What strength right there from Duren, just powering through the foul.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
They stand by this point of the season. What can a coach reasonably expect from his players?
Well, first of all, Kevin, I don't know any coaches who are reasonable. But as far as what to expect...
I always thought you were reasonable, by the way.
Well, thank you very much. So did I, but my players didn't. So, you know, but we can expect players to execute the system that you have in place. They are professional athletes. And if they don't understand what they're doing or can't execute it, you can't play them.
Here's Duren following the bucket by the Hawks. Beasley outside. Pass to Skinny. Just 5 on the clock. No good. That would have tied it.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Young. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. I mean, you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Yeah, you know, guys, the amount of offense that Young creates for himself and his teammates is staggering. This guy does it all.
And so Young nails them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Cunningham passes to Beasley. Comes up empty down low. Atlanta leading by 5. Now Daniels. Scoreless thus far. And he goes in for the dunk.
Daniels using that vision.
So it's the Pistons now. Now here's Cunningham. Last game an incredible scoring display for him. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Johnson with it. Williams picks him up. And the basket by Johnson.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pistons trail by 9. Cunningham with it. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. They need this. Skinny gets the bucket. Skinny's got his second basket of the night.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Young looking around. Pass to the monster. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Young's got his 5th assist in this one.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And the Hawks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. And then for Detroit, Stewart comes in for Duren. And it's Brown in for Malik Beasley. Here's Stewart. He averages about 5 points a game. Pistons passing it around. Stewart a screen. Here's McKenzie. That's good on the jump shot. Skinny's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Atlanta leading by 6. Young finds Porzingis. Back to Young. Porzingis with a screen on Cunningham. Here's Young. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, the defense is right to challenge Young inside, but he's a persistent guy.
2 shots. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Young.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. Young's teammates love to see him at the stripe.
Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. And so Young nails them both. Pistons trail by 8. Here's Cunningham. Pass to Thompson. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket. And
here's Daniels. Left side, Porzingis. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. The Pistons have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Cunningham kicks to Stewart. Pass to Thompson. Poked away. A second chance effort. Stewart misses.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
At this point of his career, Porzingis understands when he needs to look to score. Nice jumper there.
Now, here's Cunningham. Now Thompson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Rizashea. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Hawks.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
And that one misses.
Well, in terms of pure talent, Asar Thompson has loads of it. I don't know if he has a ceiling.
Atlanta making some changes. Money comes in for Rizashea. And Thunder subbed in for Young. Good on the second free throw. The Hawks leading by 7. Here's Carey. 12 points his last outing. That's to Porzingis from deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Stewart. Detroit's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Here's Klintman. Nice D from Porzingis.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's Carey. Fires the three. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. Thompson looking for an opening. Cunningham outside. Back to Thompson. Cunningham on the wing. 6 to shoot. Launches it. Rebound by the Hawks.
Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
Pass to Porzingis. It's hauled in by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. 7-point differential. Now, here's Cunningham. Stewart, a screen for Cunningham. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's an aggressive play and a chance for Cunningham to get 3 points the old-fashioned way.
Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader. Well, pretty much a 6'6" point guard. Cade Cunningham was the first pick in the draft because of his playmaking. Rare for someone of his size.
Here's Carey. No scoring in this one. Pass to Porzingis. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Now here's Porzingis. Yep, it counts. And the Hawks lead by 3.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
Here is Cunningham. 5 points in the game. The 3. Okongwu grabs the board.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Well, at 7-2, Porzingis has a great view of the floor. It allows him to spot open passes.
Here's Clinton. Inside, here's Stewart. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
Well, look, offensively, you want to put Stewart in the pick and roll. He's just so versatile.
44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Carey. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Daniels inside the line. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Pistons trail by 3. Cunningham outside. Pass to Stewart. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Klintman. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Here's Carey. Now Daniels. There's the triple. No good on that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Hawks on top, up 3. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Now Brown, still yet to score. The front court is Rizier and Johnson. Young is out there with Thunder, and it's Olynyk in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
That one off the back iron and out. Now here's Beasley. 17 points for him last game against New York.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Now, here is Young, following the miss by Malik Beasley.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Pistons trail by 5. Brown feeling it out a bit. Here is Skinny. Hands it from downtown. Skinny's got 11 points.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Johnson. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
Here's Brown. Back to English. Puts it up from 7. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Duren's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
Well, the numbers will show that Duren is one of the top offensive rebounders in the game. He is a high-motor player.
Rizachet with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago. A nice shot by Carey.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Detroit with the ball, following the 3 by Atlanta. Here's Duren. Johnson with the rebound.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And the dunk by Olynyk.
Big slam by the big man, Olynyk. You know his teammates have to be loving that.
And Duren slams it in.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Young outside. Olynyk, a screen on Brown. Young past Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Olynyk doing his best brick wall impression. Was still able to wiggle free for the score.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Thunder. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Now here's Beasley. Tight defense on him. Beasley sets a screen for English. Off target with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now, Alexander Walker. Olynyk can't hit.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Duren down low. He's guarded by Johnson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I love that from Duren, playing with passion.
Pistons have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
First free throw is good.
Well, look, it seems like every time Jalen Duren is on the floor, he's looking to outdo himself, to raise his own standards as a player. I really like that about him.
And both free throws good for Duren.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now, here's English. Still scoreless. Here's McKenzie. Detroit, no good that time either.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Brown. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Brown's got his first bucket in this one.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Offensive rebound. Johnson finds Young. Second chance shot. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, Young invites the contact. He's so good at finishing through the foul.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
The Monsters checked in for Atlanta. George is checked in for Detroit. Williams comes in for English.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Young. Pistons trail by 7. Brown kicks to George. Outside Williams. Outside George. Shot clock at 5. No good from Beasley. Atlanta leading by 7. And here is Johnson. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Young outside over Brown. Rebounded by the Pistons. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And I feel they were the superior team, but they didn't take advantage of their opportunities and just could not close that game out. And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Williams with the block. Brown against Young. Pass to Beasley. Brown outside. To the middle, and there's the call on Rizachet. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Cool hands checked in for Atlanta. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Hollins checked in. Williams passes to Brown. They set the pick. Down low. Here's George. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from George. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you notice?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
They're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
For Detroit, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Here's Young. He picked up 27 points in their last win against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
Now, here is Young. 6-point game. Here's the monster, defended by George. And it's cool hands missing. And so George will bring it up for the Pistons. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll defend home court against the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Monday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talent advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
The first one falls for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for the Monster. And it's Kane in for Trae Young. Cunningham, he's checked in for the Pistons. And George drops them both.
And he didn't go to the line once in the first half. But now he's figuring out how to draw contact and get himself to the line.
Here's Alexander Walker. Nothing on the board. Pass to Okongwu. That shot missing. Excellent D there from George. Pistons trail by 4. And it's Beasley in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Atlanta's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Johnson outside. Pass to Okongwu. Back to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by George. Detroit's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Beasley. Johnson with the block. Here's Kane, for by Beasley. Pass to Johnson. Okongwu kicks to Johnson. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Now, here's George. He's got 5. Williams scanning the floor. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Hawks leading. Alexander Walker passes to Kane. Pass to Johnson. Over George. And Johnson missing again.
Yeah, trying to get separation from the defense right there. Just couldn't get it to go.
And that one is good by Beasley. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Johnson. Malik Beasley making his last shot. Johnson, the pass to Alexander Walker. Lobbed up there for Johnson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Sometimes you just have to throw it up to an athlete and let him do the rest. That's a great finish from Johnson.
Now, here's Cunningham. George dishes to Cunningham. Throws it up high. Ball stolen. Here's Cool Hands. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Alexander Walker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham. We see coaches stand willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. I'm going back in my Rolodex here. Did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. Man. Yeah. My wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college. And she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Oh, goodness. Porzingis is checked in for Atlanta. Thunder comes in for Jalen Johnson. Detroit also making some changes. Stewart's checked in for George, and it's Thompson in for Beasley. And the second free throw, good. The Pistons trailing. Now, here's Cunningham. He's got 5. Shoots over Alexander Walker. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Well, to be able to add that move in on the fly, incredible control on display from Cunningham.
Here's Carey. He has 5. It's Okongwu, top of the key. Pass to Carey. The Hawks again can't hit. Detroit's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Outside Williams. Cunningham with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, there you see Cunningham's willingness to take contact, to battle for his shot inside.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And the first one goes.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Dyson Daniels checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Good on both. Daniels with it, still without a basket. Pass to Carey. Outside, Porzingis. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Kane, no luck.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's got 9. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Porzingis with a screen on Cunningham. Shot from the top of the key. Jump shot is good. Porzingis has got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
A knockdown shooter, really from anywhere on the floor. Porzingis knows he has the green light to fire from there.
Cunningham for 3. Drops in the tray. Cunningham's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Now here's Porzingis, who picked up 12 points in their last win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And he did a ton of damage from the line. Assertive play and consistent free throw shooting can be a huge difference maker.
Here's Cunningham, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Cunningham. And they call the foul, so he got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you got to like how they're working the ball inside this quarter. They were struggling to do that earlier. Now they're showing the focus to take the ball inside.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. Detroit making a switch here. English is checked in. That's good from Cunningham.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Carey. He's got 5. Pass to Kane from the top of the key. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
And here's Porzingis for a 3. Thompson with the rebound. Cunningham outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Cunningham's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, they came at you offensively, so what has to change for you defensively?
Well, a lot, obviously, with everybody on the floor. They're capable of doing this, but we're not. It's just too easy.
Got to tighten things up as we go along. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
I remember in 1993, you winning that award, Shaq, mainly because you should have won that championship that year, those darn Supersonics.
And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Detroit Pistons.
You look at the numbers, they're getting to the line over and over. Love the determination.
We've seen it before. They can wear an opponent out. Doing it again tonight. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
And it's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
Pistons leading by 6. Tipping off the second half, here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. The guard pair for him will be Cunningham and Beasley. Skinny is out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And he sinks the second. Now Young. Driving the lane. Shoots from the right block. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Outside Williams. Pass to Duren. And here's Beasley. Puts up a 3. Rebound by the Hawks. The Monsters got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now Young. Back to Daniels. Here's the Monster. Duren brings the double team. It's stolen by Duren. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Cunningham finds Beasley. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 5 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 10. Young outside. Pass to Johnson. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Good awareness from Daniels there to read the floor and see the ready scorer.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pistons leading by 8. Outside Williams. Back to Cunningham. And he lays it straight in. Cunningham's got the lead up to 10 now for Detroit.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Rizachet with it. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Daniels. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Well, Daniels has good length. So this close in, he can use that to his advantage.
And Rizachet, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
Young outside, the 3-ball. And he's good on the 3-ball. Now just a 5-point Piston lead.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
Well, their offensive efficiency was really impressive during the last month. They're looking to carry that momentum into this one.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Beasley finds Cunningham. Here is Skinny. 11 points in the game. Duran a screen. Here's McKenzie. Rebound by the Hawks. The Monster's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop him now.
Young from outside. Pass to Rizashea. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Rizashea's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Pistons leading. Cunningham kicks to Williams. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Attention! Attention! Here comes your Hawks!
And the Hawks making a change here. Olynyk's checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. Brownie's checked in for Cade Cunningham. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Olynyk, a screen on Brown. Young for 3. Rebound by Williams. Pistons leading by 4. Pass to Brown. The kick out to Williams. Beasley with it. Pistons passing it around. Duran with the screen on Young. There's Brown with the 3. Offensive rebound. And now we've got a chance to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers. And what has been the trend for Trae Young?
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
And he makes the first. Cade Cunningham's checked in for the Pistons. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The Hawks trail by 5. And here's Daniels. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And the layup falls.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Now here's Cunningham. He's covered by Daniels. The kick out to Cunningham. Into the lane. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here is Skinny. 13 points in the game. Outside Williams. Pass to Beasley. Here's the 3. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Olynyk. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
Smart play by Olynyk. Fouled in the act.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And he can't get the first one.
Well, offensively, Olynyk is more than just a jump shooting big. He's a solid playmaker for his position, and he's especially effective running dribble handoff actions.
Cool hands checked in for Atlanta. Then for the Pistons, George comes in for Duren, and it's Howland in for Williams. And he's good on the second. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. George sets a screen for Cunningham. Lob pass to George. Picked off in midair. Here's Daniels, covered by Cunningham. Daniels kicks to Young. Here's Cool Hands. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Rizichet. For the tie. Rebounded by the Pistons. Here's Howland. Cunningham with it. Now here's Beasley, defended by Young. And Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Cunningham. Beasley's got 6 points in the quarter.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Now, here is Young. He's got 18. Takes the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Young's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Hawks.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Now Cunningham. He's got 19. Over Daniels. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Well, yeah, that's why he was the #1 pick back in 2021. Cunningham showing there that he can dominate games.
Pass to Daniels. Over Beasley. Daniels, no good.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Drills the 3-pointer.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Young outside. Olynyk, a screen on Cunningham. Young drives in. Pass to Rizichet. There's the pick. 4 on the clock. And it's sent back by George. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Young with the ball. He's got 21. Pass to Olynyk. Will it go? That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Olynyk's got 7.
Well, we know Olynyk would rather be all the way inside, but he manages to make the mid-range work.
Here is Skinny. Back to Cunningham. Over Daniels. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And also, they are working the opposition from the mid-range, continuing to fire away with confidence from there.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And then for Detroit, Stewart checked in for Cunningham. Thompson comes in for Skinny. And it's English in for Malik Beasley. Both good from the line that time. Here's Carey. He has 5. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Carey. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by George. George has got 6 rebounds in the game. Thompson right side. Now English. Here's Holland. Inside. Here's Thompson. Off target with the jump hook. The Hawks trail by 8. To the left side wing. Here's Carey. Screen by Porzingis from the arc. English pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Holland. That one, no good. Nice D from Porzingis. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
It's Thompson off the drive. Misses from short range. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Stolen away. Here's Kane. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Detroit leading by 8. And here's George. He's got 9. Holland, no good. Here's Carey. English covering. A nice shot by Carey.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Pass to Holland. To the middle. Here's Stewart. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Pistons lead by 8.
Well, this is where Stewart should look to score. He can be very effective down low.
Here's Carey. He's guarded by English. Porzingis with a screen on English. Carey. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
And there it is for him. Stewart's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pistons. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. The Monsters check in for the Hawks. Johnson comes in for Alexander Walker. And Detroit with a change here, too. Cunningham's checked in. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Carey. He has 7. To the inside. Here's the Monster. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Cunningham. Defense is right there. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And that's all about strength for Stewart. For him to be able to get the ball in the hoop while absorbing the foul.
What's up?
Free throw good, Stewart.
A 2020 first-round pick. Isaiah Stewart is a load at 6'8", 250. Is very intense. He's a guy you want on your side.
Shoots from 12. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from the Monster.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Yeah, and once you see that advantage from the sideline, you just want to yell at him to shoot the ball.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Carey. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Carey's got 5 points now in the quarter. Now here's Cunningham. He's got 24. Beyond the arc. A shot off that time. And so it's the Detroit Pistons in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back to the action in just a minute. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The front court is Rizuchet and Johnson. Thunder is out there with Daniels. And it's the monster in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jalen Duren.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Bruce, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. So he gets them both. Now Cunningham. Outside Williams. Duren with it. Here's Beasley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Shooting for Detroit, Malik Beasley, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. He's off on the second.
Well, he might have been a little passive in the first half, but that's changed. I like this more aggressive approach.
Here's Carey. To the paint. Here's the monster. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Cunningham kicks to Beasley. Back to Cunningham. It's deflected. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. On up the court. And the basket is good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Pass to Beasley. Here is Skinny. Down low. And Duren slams it in.
Well, that is a solid screen by Duren. And then the big man rolls right into scoring position.
And the Hawks with possession here. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Williams against Johnson. Pass to Carey from downtown. Rebound by the Pistons. Skinny's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Beasley on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Thunder.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Cunningham passes to Williams. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's McKenzie. Here's Duren. Beasley kicks to Cunningham. Takes a 3. The Monster with the rebound. The Monster's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Williams with the block. Beasley outside. Cunningham on the wing. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pass to Skinny. 5 to shoot. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got assist number 8 now on the night. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle them up right away.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move.
Young's checked in for Dyson Daniel. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. Now, he talked about keeping confidence. He said this game is close, but we know we're the better team. Now it's time to go out there and prove it. We'll see if they can come back in this one, guys.
Thank you, David. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Carey. It's Young on the wing. Inside. Here's the Monster. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
What a play by Young. Out of that pick and roll, does a great job with his decision making.
Pistons leading by 4. And here's Cunningham. Pass to Skinny. To the middle. He's looking for Duren and finds him.
Well, give credit to Duren's teammates. They know he's got the hot hand, and they're feeding him the ball.
Young outside. Here's Carey from deep. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 5th rebound in this one. And it's Beasley in the corner. Oh, good with the triple. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Young outside. Pass to Johnson. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound. The Monster. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. The Monster's got 8 here in the quarter.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here is Skinny. Outside Williams. Lets it go with a 3. He can't hit that time.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Here's Carey. And it's off from 3-point range. Pistons leading by 4. Beasley for 3. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Carey, defended by Duren. Here's the Monster. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Now just a 2-point Detroit lead.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Pass to Beasley. Out to the right wing. Here is Skinny. Williams for 3. Nailed from 3-point land.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Cunningham against Young. And there's the drive, and it's blocked. Now here's Beasley. Shoots over Johnson. Here's Williams. Nails the baby hook. Now it's a 7-point Detroit lead.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
Here's Young. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Young's got 23.
Well, look, Trae Young is a very creative guy and very elusive on the dribble.
It's Williams, high post. Johnson's there. Now Williams. Cunningham outside. Another three for Detroit.
Wow, Cunningham dialing it up from three-point range.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing here by 8. The monster passes to Young for the three. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Young. Young's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Outside Williams to the inside. Skinny can't get it to go. For Atlanta, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Carey passes to Young. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Young is so good at drawing contact. Defenders have to be very disciplined guarding him.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Pistons leading by 3. Outside Williams. Cunningham with it. For 3. A rebound by Johnson. Atlanta's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Here's Carey, by Beasley. Young with no one around. It's good. This game is all even. Young's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Skinny. Duren a screen. The offensive rebound. And Duren slams it in.
Well, physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
And here's Young. To the paint. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, look, you need a bucket, go to him. This is exactly what he's built to do.
The Pistons shooting well. They're at 45%. Cunningham passes to McKenzie. Count the basket and the foul. It goes on Jalen Johnson.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
At the line for the Pistons. Shooting 1.
One shot.
Here's Carey. Pass to Young. Fires for three. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Cunningham's got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside Williams. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's McKenzie. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. And now a 6-point Detroit lead.
Well, that brings his total to 5 makes from beyond the arc for the game. Feeling some confidence from range.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Johnson finds Young. Back to Johnson. Pass to Young. Johnson sets the screen for Young. Inside. Rizachet with it. Shoots the 3. The shot, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
The Hawks trail by 6. Down low. Here's Carey. Detroit with the rebound. Cunningham's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Beasley. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Beasley's got 12 points in just the second half. Time running out for the Hawks. Now, here is Young. There's 1:59 left to play here in the 4th.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's McKenzie. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson at the elbow. Back to Young. Over Cunningham. Young's shot is off. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. It's stolen by Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
At the line for Atlanta.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7. Daniels, he's checked in for the Hawks. And so Young nails them both.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. They swipe it. Here's Daniels, covered by Beasley, and it's Johnson with the jam.
a wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
Pistons leading by 4. Duran with the screen on Young. Beasley with the bounce pass. Here's Cunningham. Detroit, no good that time either. 59 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Shea in the corner. Front past the arc. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Cunningham outside. Pass to Duran. Money!
And a timely make from Duran. They really needed that one.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Yes! And the foul. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, Young is unflappable in the biggest moment.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Cunningham up top. He's covered by Daniels.
Yeah, the defender's a little bit out of position, but that's what Cunningham will do to you. He works every angle.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw.
Well, a miss is unfortunate, but he still manages to put them ahead. Barely.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Now Young. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Johnson in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't hit from the corner, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
The first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
And timeout is Called by Quinn Snyder. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick one.
Six seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down.
The triple. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
Pistons timeout.
Detroit with the ball. Williams for three. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot three. It goes on Jalen Johnson. So the first of three is good, and that gives them the lead. And he misses the second attempt, but one more coming up here. so he's able to pick up 2 of 3 from the line. And it's a 2-point ball game. And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.